You're now listening to 7 Minutes with Kevin. You thought that this was going to be 7 minutes in heaven at a party in junior high school or high school? No, sir. This is not your ordinary kissy, touchy guy time. No way. This is 7 Minutes with Kevin. You have to go inside the closet. You've been chosen by the spinning bottle, of course, and you can't fight that or dispute it. And now you must meet with Kevin inside the closet. What's Kevin doing in there? Nobody knows. But you went in there and you sat down face to face with Kevin and you realized maybe you and him, you're not so different, man. Maybe you and Kevin share some similarities. You've got some mutual interests. You know, you guys both enjoyed Bionicle as kids, the little Lego extension. I don't know. Do I have to explain Bionicle to any of you? I'm not going to do it. But maybe you both like Bionicles. You know, maybe you're both 7 years old. Right? That's something that you both share, is that you share the same age. That's how you made friends back in school sometimes. You would just it was so easy to find things you had in common back when you were a kid. You would just be like, yo, I'm 7, you're 7, let's fucking party it up. Let's go drink as many Pepsis as we can. Because that's what you would do at a party. Because, you know, sometimes you party when you're 7 years old. I know that most people aren't thinking about parties very much these days because we're locked inside. It's the coronavirus times. We gotta stay away, you know. But there was a time in the past, and there will be in the future, when we could party. You know, partying as a young child, that was pretty insane because you were just trying to reach the level of party epitome, that high, that life PCP, dude, that fucking MDMA, that stuff you're making from inside. You would just be doing that on your own. Sorry, I said that stuff you make it from inside. I don't know what I meant, but like you are generating the party drug from within you based off of the joy of shared experience. That's a personal highlight of mine. Shared experience. It makes me feel really nice. All right. That's one thing that really makes me feel fulfilled, is when I share an experience with a large group of people. But so when you're partying as like a young guy, like let's imagine ourselves junior high or even like elementary school, and someone's having a party at their place. Yo, what you're going to do is you're going to eat all the snacks, you're going to drink all the pop, and then you're going to compare with your friends. Like I remember one time, early junior high, before anyone had discovered drinking alcohol, we would go to these parties and they would just have like a lot of soda because there was like a lot of rich kids at the school that we went to. So we would just like go and party at the rich kids' house, like, but their parents would be there and it'd be kind of weird. Like they would just like hang out upstairs and we'd be like in the downstairs, like the little party downstairs. And they would just have like as much soda as your heart desired. Dude, one time my friend Tyler, he fucking drank 14 cans of Coke. What the shit? Like, I know they don't put cocaine in Coke, but I feel like if you drink 14 cans of Coke, you've basically reached the same level of existence. Like, you can't stop burping, your jaw's really going, and I don't know what the effects are of cocaine. I've never done it. I don't want to, especially because it just doesn't seem fun, and it's very pervasive in the acting community. They're like, whoa, how do we keep this party going, man? We've tried all the drugs, let's keep it going. And then they put the devil powder in their nose, and they snort it, and they go, oh! That's what I think happens when you do coke. You just snort and you go, oh! Like that's what I imagine, right? This is coming from a man who hasn't done it. I imagine that's probably what that feels like. I could do that myself, just like how we would make ourselves be on drugs when we were kids. What was your first attempt at drugs? Think about it for a sec. Whoa, was it an interesting experience? Disappointing probably, because it wasn't the drugs you're looking for. Like, did you snort icing sugar? Did you smoke tea leaves? Did you smell the dog's butt because you thought maybe the fumes would get you high? Humanely, you smelled the dog's butt humanely. The dog was there on its own choice. You know, it hung out there. We didn't have to hold it there. Well, I did the second one. I smoked tea leaves with my friends. And I think a lot of those early, like, fun exploration times, those occurred at my friend Tyler's house because he lived just like a cul-de-sac away from me. So I would just like go and like knock on his door, like in the old days when we could see each other. And then I would just be like, hey, Tyler, do you want to like do something today? And then he'd be like, yeah, I don't know what, but like, let's do it. That's how we would just like hang out as kids. Like I would just like go over. And sometimes you would just exist in mutual boredom. Like back before we had a whole lot of video games, back before we had phones, before the internet, before we knew any of that existed, we didn't even know music, really. we would just like hang out and play with toys. And like sometimes we would just sit on the couch and we'd just be like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I haven't reached that level of boredom like since being a kid. Isn't it crazy that we don't get bored these days? Like, sure, maybe we spend a lot of time on our phones and we feel like, but like we're so occupied these days. Have you noticed that? Like, when was the last time you just felt like, what do I, all right, today's a new day. I don't know. I'm bored, man. What do I do? When was the last time you felt that way? For me, it was when I was working a job very similar to the one that I'm working now, where I was a locations personal assistant, a locations PA on a movie or TV series. I don't know. A movie or TV series. And I just did a lot of sitting. There wasn't a whole lot to do. Like I was part of the prep and wrap crew, which meant a part of preparing the location and part of the wrap up of the location. But they didn't actually have us do a whole lot. Like we just like sat at a table and like maybe checked, like we would check people in as they came in, made sure they had their temperature taken and stuff. But for the most part, we just like chilled. I just got to like sit in the mountains for like 8 days. And like, it was a really nice little, I don't know, like a pause on everything. Like my whole life was just get up really early in the morning, go sit in the mountains with 2 other locations PAs, and we would just like sit and shoot the shit. And I learned a lot of cool stuff about them. Like the girl that was there with us, she was a total champion. She was from the UK, and she was just the dopest person. She was so full of personality and spunk, but also like ownership. Like she was really good at like, really getting shit done if shit had to get done. She was such a champion. One day I woke up late, and I was supposed to meet with the other guy who I'll talk about in a sec. And he would drive me up into the mountains because I don't have a car. And I did borrow, my special friend's car. My special friend. I never know what to say, dude. Okay. I never know what to say. She doesn't like labels, but but I would meet up with the guy and he would give me a ride to the mountains. And one day I woke up late and he was just like, fuck, well, I gotta get there. Sorry, man. So he left. And then the lady, she was halfway there that day and I texted her and she turned around and picked me up. What the shit? What a champion. Like, I was basically 40 minutes away and late, and she turns around the car and picks me up, dude. That's an A1 human. That's like, I was really happy to be spending time with her because she was just such a fucking champ. She was so funny. And then the guy, really interesting fellow, he was a porno writer. So what the fuck? You're hanging out with the champion of the UK, the Queen's chosen, and a porno writer. And he was like really cool and chill and like probably is going to be a comedian one day just because of, I don't know, he was very perceptive, very intelligent, very funny. I could see him being a comedian. And I was just with these 2 people, and then also our COVID-19, the disease from the fucking crows. Because I think a crow is a corvid. I think that's like a crow is part of the corvid family. In birds, I think. Is it corvid? Oh my God. So our COVID cop, Cordell, he may be watching this, he may not be watching this, but he was also dope. I remember one day, we were just sitting at the tables that we had set up. We're in the sun, we're in these tents, the sun's being down, it's pretty hot. We're just sitting there, looking at the mountains, shooting the shit all day. And, you can only do small talk for so long. And then, then you move into big talk. Big talk's fun, man. You get a little bit of big talk when you're working on a film and you're spending long hours with people. Because, like, if you're spending few hours with people, you can get by just doing small talk. But when you're spending long hours with people, there's a point where it's like, let's see who you are. Let's learn something about you. And like the long talk with Cordell was really awesome because he's a musician. And he sends me some stuff he does sometimes, and like he's like a really he is his own take on Rex Orange County. That's what I think he sounds like. Like he's not trying to replicate Rex Orange County. If you haven't heard Rex Orange County, check out Rex Orange County because Rex Orange County is a really cool artist, a musician, and he kind of sounded like him.
And I thought that was really nice. And one day, we were just chilling in the tents. We're sitting on chairs in the tents, not necessarily too far under. What a weird specification. And it comes up in conversation that like I can sing. And it comes up in conversation that he can sing, and he shows me some music that he's made and stuff. And he didn't like, there was no singing over it, but he's really good at piano as well. And we just started singing. Like I was like, okay, let's hear a song. Let's hear what you sound like. Cause that's people's go-to when they hear that you can sing or they hear that you're a comedian or whatever. Like they want to see an example. Like I'm a parkour athlete. So people will say like, let me see a backflip. You know, I'm a musician. Okay, let's hear a song. I'm a comedian. Okay, let's hear a joke. It's not always a welcome thing, especially when it's just kind of a passing interaction. But when it's a long form interaction with someone, it's like, okay, let me center myself. Let me try and get my voice ready. Let's do a song. And it was really cool. There was a long pause before we did it. Like both of us were kind of nervous because it's kind of scary to sing around people. Like, of course, yeah, not everyone can sing nicely, but I think everybody. I don't think everyone's immediately able to sing nicely, but I think everyone can learn to sing. So it's really nice to look at someone and wonder what their singing voice sounds like, and then have that satisfied. And most people's singing voices will catch you off guard because you think they'll express and emote in one way, and then they do it a total different way. So I chose to sing the song "Strange" by Jason Mraz. It's a song that I don't know all the lyrics to anymore. But it goes a little something like this. Do 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 ba da da ba ba da da ba ba da yeah la da 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 ba ba da oh right la da 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 ba ba da yeah la da 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 ba ba. Strange, because I believe it could be my future staring back at me with eyes so that I never dreamed it could be anything else than what they could see. Oh, they are colors in disguise behind. And I forget the rest of the lyrics pretty much. Like I've already fucked it up, but like that was the tune. And that was fun. That moment that we just had right there, because like it's scary singing. Bro, it's scary singing online. What the fuck? It's the scariest thing to do that. Like, I'm so down to put personality content out there. I'm so down to look stupid and fun and silly, but like to be perceived as for the internet to like hear your singing, that's scary, dude. People always want to like apologize after they sing because they're like, yeah, well, usually I sound a little bit better. Like if I'm a little bit more relaxed, it sounds better. And that's the truth when you're singing. But that was my first time just like singing on like anything that I've done, really. Except for I had a band back in junior high. And funny fact, we had this band for like 2-3 years. And I was always scared to like sing in like a beautiful voice or like just like to really put full effort in. Because that's the hard part with singing. Like you can sing shittily easily, but like you have to really try to sound nice. Like sounding nice isn't like an always thing. Like you really have to put yourself out there and really give it your best shot when you're singing. And sometimes when you're giving it your all when you're singing, shit can go wrong. Like when you're really exerting yourself, like your voice could crack or something, hit the wrong line, and then you start getting afraid and you start going up into a ball inside of yourself. You're like, ah. So I spent 3 years with that band, and I feel like I never really showed them what I could do with my pipes. Like I feel like we just like kind of hung out, and everyone else who was like dedicated to an instrument would do dope shit, and then I would like sometimes print out lyrics and go for it for like cover songs. Like we'd sing like Green Day songs, and like we were mostly a Green Day cover band. And also Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I almost said Scott Bass versus the World. Shout out Scott Bass. Whoa. Scott Bass versus the world. It's just him making ampersand videos and everyone's hating online. He's like, I gotta fight all my subscribers. Boom, boom, boom. And then there's like a girl with colored hair, and he's like, damn, you've got some cool parkour skills. I want to date you. And she's like, you have to fight all of your haters and people who refuse to subscribe to you. And the very end guy, he punches in the face. He's like, subscribe. And the guy's like a YouTube like marketing owner, and he's like, I gotta get everyone to subscribe to Ampesound, to Scott Bass. And then people, and there was like a montage of people like, and one day everyone subscribed to Scott Bass and gave him subscriber money, trying to get that YouTube revenue. Whoa, what the fuck is going on here, man? We're just gonna be singing a little bit. Did anyone ask for a singing podcast, Josh? No, but I'm here to give it. Whoa, you trying to hate on me? You trying to hate on me right now? I'm bobbing, ducking, diving, weaving. You can catch me on the flippity flop. Also, do you guys notice the mic? Isn't this cool? I'm so fucking stoked on it, dude, because I can do this with the podcast, and now when I do my voice acting auditions, I can prop it up and I can stand and hit this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You can't see right now, but I'm standing. Still standing. But I can adjust it so I can just talk to it like this. Yo, check out this hoodie that I got. Do you guys like this hoodie? This is by my friend Patrick. He is right now making a pilot for a series, like a series that, how would I even say it? Like a TV.
Just scratch my dick on camera.
TV series or like a animated series. Not even animated series. I actually don't know if it's going to be physical or animated, but it's called Bug World. And he's working on that. And he made this. He printed this. I think it's so fucking cool. And it's printed on a really nice blank hoodie. Like the blank that he got for it is dope as shit. It's comfy. I can't wait to stunt in it. Makes me really excited to be alive. Well, folks, once again, I'm almost late for work, so I'll probably wrap it up there. But that was a fantastic journey. I hope you enjoy the sound of this new mic. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Let's check out our shout outs for this week. Gonna do a little checkout for the shout out time. So let's see who commented on last week's video. So last week was the Cardiovascular Awakening ceremony. Funny fact about that, I thought I had some really good material lined up for that because I had a really good day leading up. And I got high, and I did I think, in my opinion, a pretty poor job of translating what the experience was. So I hope it was entertaining listening to me try to tell that story. But basically, in that episode, last week's episode, I just wanted to let you guys know I had a really cool day, a really fun day where I really took care of my mental health. Like I went for a long run, and then after I went for a swim, and there was another lady going for a swim, and the water's really cold, and I don't know, when you're swimming in cold water, it makes you feel more open socially for some reason. So it was really nice to just have like a really present, nice conversation about like the water and the beauty of the place. And that whole day in general just made me feel very centered. So I was really grateful to have that. So who commented on last week's episode? Oh shit, 3 comments. Jimmy the person, shout out Jimmy the person for the comment. He says, I will never forget the quote, AirPods are great. They are fantastic. I don't know why you'll never forget that, but that's not up for me to decide. It's just, I'm just here to make the podcast, and you get to enjoy it any way that you want. So thank you for commenting, Jimmy the person. Ravioli Spills, that's my boy Brody. He's getting into streaming these days. You can also find him on Twitch at Ravioli Spills YT. He's just about to change his URL back to Ravioli Spills. Because he's getting more followers and stuff. And if you enjoy his content, do subscribe to his YouTube, do subscribe to his Twitch. He puts a lot of fucking work in on that stuff, and it's really paying off. Like, I think he's really got what it takes to be an online content creator. So I'm excited to see what he creates. And Wes Rundle, cereal and exercise, healthy boys. Fuck yes. Cereal and exercise. Shout out Wes, first of all. Thank you for following my podcast. And I think it's really cool that you've decided to make your own podcast as well. I think that is something that you definitely should be doing. I think that hearing you talk is a gift, and I really enjoy hanging out with you. So cereal and exercise, healthy boys. That was Wes Rundle, Ravioli Spills, and Jimmy the person. Those are my comment shout outs for the week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. There are so many podcasts online that you could spend your time listening to, and you've decided to listen to this one. So I'm very grateful for that, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you very much for watching. Put your finger in your nose and blow it. Oh, this book is on my fingers. Bye.
Get up.